What's going on, gamers? How is everybody feeling today? I am very, very jazzed today, and I don't say jazz very lightly because who the hell says jazz? Seriously, to be honest with you.
You
So, you shut up. So, as always, I am joined by two incredibly gorgeous men. I'm here with Matt and Eric. Say hi, boys.
Hello.
Hello.
It's so much better than last week. You guys freaking sounded dead. This is awesome. I love this already.
Well, I was sick last week, so that's why.
That's very true. That's very true. All right. Well, obviously Matt's feeling a lot better now, which is good. Thank God. Right? We don't want a sick Matt. Sick Matts are stinky. We don't like sick Matts. So the cool thing is that we actually we started recording an episode for a new show that we're going to be doing with our friends, Just Your Average Channel, called. Excuse me, I can't talk. The Great Nerd Debate. So we're going to have that out as soon as possible. Just need to make some minor edits, and hopefully you guys are going to like it. We had a lot of fun recording it. It was between myself and Matt going back and forth with, debate, Eric moderating. We think he did an awesome job, and we're looking forward to promoting more things like this for you guys in the future. But to kind of get everything started here, we have a lot to talk about. A couple of things I'm not too familiar with, but I did want to start off with this one thing here. And I laugh because I think it's funny, just because I told the guys I like the thing that I came up with in my head, and it's probably really stupid. But apparently, the guy, the voice actor who played ClapTrap, David Eddings, he accuses the CEO of Gearbox of assault. So I made a title saying "ClapTrap gets slapped," and I thought it was really funny. And apparently, I was really the only one. So. So what happens when you're just thinking about it all day and you're laughing like a giddy schoolgirl, and everyone's just like, you're retarded. So apparently, I'm getting this information here from gamezone.com. So what it's saying here is obviously David Eddings has been played the voice of ClapTrap for many, many years. Borderlands 3 has now been officially revealed, and apparently since the beginning of the year, they've been saying that he got assaulted from the CEO again of Gearbox. Now it's I don't know, from everything that I'm reading here, it's not like it kind of sounded like he was just really more like shoved or something like that. I don't think he actually just like went bam, just like up and freaking raffle stomped them. So they basically let him go because now they're saying that he's requesting too much money, and they're like kind of like no, F you, you're not really that important. And it's kind of confusing information, because now from what I'm also reading here, he's like, Eddings is saying, it's like, oh, well, I would have done it for free if they just, paid me my royalties and everything else. Everything else. I was like, I don't know how much this guy is really worth. Do you guys know?
Well, they were saying in a tweet, because the head of Gearbox said that, oh, we went our separate ways. He was paid handsomely, and this, that, and the other thing. Mm-hmm. And then the voice of ClapTrap, he went on to Twitter and just kind of was like, yeah, no, that's not what it was. It wasn't all smoke. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Wow.
It's like he's totally telling a fallacy, because he pretty much assaulted me, this, that, and the other thing. He didn't pay me anything. I would have done it. But they wanted me to pretty much do it for free instead of getting paid for it. So that yeah, or something similar to that.
Okay, because I was just reading. It was saying that he was saying that he would have done it for free had they back paid him for royalties and apparently overtime and things like that. So yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess it sounds still in the same vein of what you were just saying. But that's like who do you believe, right? I mean, because obviously, like all of us, like we want to be rebels, F big corporate or whatever else. But what if that actually was the case then? Like, and so then you got to figure, like, who the hell's telling the truth in this matter,
Yeah, I mean, it's whose dick is bigger, pretty much. It's like, oh, mine's bigger. Oh no, mine's bigger. My name's ClapTrap. Oh, I'm the big CEO of this company.
Look at me, I'm a CEO. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. I just tell the company where it needs to go. This is my vision. Basically, it's a pissing contest, and somebody's hashing it out on Twitter.
I don't know.
That's where we all have our arguments, is on Twitter, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't even argue over Twitter because there's not enough freaking letters for me to have an argument. You know,
Put a video up.
You just have to do it a lot so you can do your conversation, but only in 140 characters or less.
I'm too
But
damn
you
talkative.
do-
That's too much. Too much.
Exactly.
Too much.
Just type "you're a poopy head."
Right? You're a giant steaming pile of poop. I don't know. It's just kind of it's like a little disconcerting. Obviously, when you hear just like you obviously grass is greener always on the other side, but then when you start to hear these breakdowns of people, especially if you're accusing the CEO of assaulting you, that's a pretty fucking bold claim, in my opinion. Anyways, but enough of that. I don't know. I just kind of, to be honest with you guys, I really just wanted to bring this up there just so I can say ClapTrap got slapped. I said it. This is my second time saying it. And I just love it so much.
Revel in it.
Right.
Jesus.
but moving on to something really with that Eric and I actually we didn't have any experience on, and this is something we were kind of talking about earlier today on our Instagram chat with our other friends. The video game movies, real quick, just to touch upon that. So we know that Detective Pikachu just came out. I'm excited to see it. I really want to see it just to see how they handled it. And Matt actually had the pleasure of watching it. In your humble opinion, with spoiler-free information, what did you think?
It was a good movie. It for the people who enjoy Pokemon, like me and my wife and my kids. It was a good time. I brought my kids, my two kids, one's 2, one's 4. It was their first time ever going to a movie, so we enjoyed it. As a Pokemon fan for a long time, Pokemon. It was definitely a new way of looking at Pokemon because you're so used to the anime and so used to those movies. To see more of a live action take on it was kind of cool, and especially having a voice to a Pokemon, and especially that voice being Ryan Reynolds with all of his little quips and everything. It was just hilarious.
Okay.
And
so would you say that that this movie would break the mold of terrible video game movies? Because I don't think that there was really
I think this one, and honestly, I know we've talked about Sonic before. I think this movie and Sonic are going to be the movies that are going to make bad video game movies better.
All right. Well, I mean, we can't really speak on Sonic the movie yet, right?
Yeah.
We can only speculation. But what about
Exactly.
for existing movies that have come out up until now with Detective Pikachu?
I think it was a good movie. It was a lot of fun. It has its own unique story, its own unique area,
Okay.
so they could do whatever they want with it. I never played Detective Pikachu the game because the game was fucking terrible.
How do you know if you never played it?
Because I've heard people play it and it got a review, like a bad IGN review. I think it was like a 4 out of 10 or something like that.
Oof. Okay.
Solid.
Fair
It was
enough.
pretty bad. Anyway, but I think the movie itself was very good, and it was, as Pikachu says in one of the trailers, it was very twisty. Very, very twisty, which I liked. It was, Eric's concern was that the trailer was very, it explained everything in the movie. It really didn't, and which I really liked. So, yeah, it might show off Mewtwo, but it doesn't explain. You think one way of how he's supposed to be, and then it maybe not. So, you got to see it to find out. But it was good.
So that's good because I'm on board with Eric as soon as I saw Mewtwo. Like, oh well, that he's shown because why the hell am I going to go see it now? Mewtwo's in it. Yeah. All right. Well, so that's actually really good to hear. Eric, do you plan on going to see it?
I don't know. I don't think I am. If anything, I'll probably wait until it comes out for home view.
Yeah, and then he'll borrow it from me.
Yeah, you getting it on like Blu-ray or something?
Probably.
I'll borrow it from you then.
I'm gonna go check it out with my girls sometime this week when whenever the heck I'm not working. my other job, which is always just so much fun. I love it. Woo, so much.
All
Yes.
right.
Yeah. So, all right. So moving on from that, so I wanted to get your opinion on that. So I'm actually that kind of makes me more excited to go see the movie then. You guys are talking about a couple things during the course of the day. So, talk me through Ghost Recon. I'm not too big. I like Tom Clancy games for the most part, but I'm not really a big buff on them. So, what's going on with that?
So, in the new game, they had a free play weekend or week where they introduced a new character. For the previous game, which was Ghost Recon Wildlands. It's set in Borneo. Came out a couple years ago. I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago. Great game. Really enjoyed it. But they introduced a new character, and you're like, oh, cool. He's a ghost, and he's played by the guy who actually was the Punisher, John Bartholomew. Am I saying his name right?
John
The guy who played
Malkovich?
Punisher?
Yeah, the guy who played Punisher in the Netflix adaptation.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
I'm
I don't know
probably
if you're saying his
butchering
name
his
right,
last
but-
name.
I'm picturing him in my head.
Yes, it's the
So-
guy who I'm looking at now. So everyone envision that guy.
Was it the guy from Walking Dead?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm on the same page.
So
Okay, we're good here.
they released him as an extra DLC in this new version of Wildlands. Cool. Didn't get a chance to play it, but it looked really cool. Then they show the Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Now this is going to break out of the mold of your typical Ghost Recon game. This game is going to be more survivalist, so you need to eat, you need to find shelter, you can have semi-permanent injuries, so if you break your leg, you have to find a splint, but if it heals over time, your character will have a limp. It looks insane. You can cover yourself with mud like Predator style to avoid detection, and the guy Punisher dude, he's actually the bad guy in this. So he's the guy you have to take out, and he was a former ghost. So you're going up against one of your own, and just the trailer looks insane. And I was like, it's coming out when is it coming out, Eric?
October
something?
4th is the original release, but I think if you buy it early, it's October 1st. You get the chance to play it early.
And it's kind of like the Division, where you can only play online.
That's
You have to have
That's been confirmed by
That's been
Ubisoft.
confirmed, which is totally fine. I mean, it's basically like Division. Division, you go into a hub, whatever, and it's all open world, but you have to be a part of online. It's kind of like Destiny or anything like that. You go into the specific hub, but if you go out on your missions, you can still see these people. But when you go into the actual Wildlands or where you're going, like the mission, then you don't see them. You can only be with the people that your party or whatever.
Okay.
It's definitely a game that I'm really looking forward to.
Also, don't forget they announced in the trailer that there's going to be classes now too.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you were able to build into a specific playstyle, but now you have an actual solidified class.
Yeah, they're bringing the Ghost Recon to kind of like how the Division is.
RPG
where you're gonna have
elements.
an RPG element, but with a more vastness of a wilderness, and they're adding the survival part, which is you're hungry, you have to sit down, you have to eat something. You're injured, you have to sit there, and you actually have to splint yourself. And it's really cool. And like first aid is going to be very hard to come by.
AJ, did you watch the trailer?
I haven't. No, that's kind of was I was relying on you guys because you guys are talking about it.
Okay,
I
I can sum it up if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Full disclosure, this is a joke, but so first there's a sweaty guy getting shot at with a red shirt and a backwards hat. And
Looks like me.
Yes, it looks like Matt. And he keeps getting shot at, and he goes, "Uh-oh, oh damn, and then he falls down a hill after being shot twice. And he goes, and then he falls and keeps breathing heavily. And then he continues to breathe heavily and walk towards a tree and hide behind it. Then he continues to walk forward and breathe heavily. And then he says something to his team about where he is or whatever. Then he hides from a drone, which I don't think you can hide from a drone with, like, you know, the ability to see different types of light behind a rock. Then he hides in mud. And then his team saves him. And then he puts first aid on, and then they go and infiltrate a house and blow shit up.
Well, that just sounds so much fun to watch.
And then you see bad guy. You go, oh shit, he's a ghost.
Holy, that's Punisher.
Yeah.
The only thing I have, obviously I picked it apart, but I'm not into like the super realistic games like that. But I'm sure I understand if people are totally into that, and more power to you. I'm not super into those, but the trailer looked like seriously scripted, which is pretty much par for the course for Ubisoft. You know how they put people on stage and they have like a literally scripted gameplay where the guy and the people in the game throw in a gamer girl, throw in whoever you want in there, and then they start talking in game like they're actually in the seat, like, and it's really cringy and gross. But where it's like hey, Axe on your right, and he's like, oh no, on my right, and then like another guy comes in and goes, gotcha, Axe, and he's like, thanks man, appreciate it. And it's just like, no one does that. But but I mean, the if you look at the part where they're in the house, you can tell it's like super scripted because they don't necessarily aim. I'm assuming there's no aim assist, but they go to aim and they shoot randomly, and then the guys just fall over. So I don't even know if they have like bullet detection set up yet, and that's kind of weird to me because the game's coming out in October, so they might be in like a hard crunch time right now. Make sure all the stuff is all set up.
I mean, if they can fix Sonic in 6 months, they can put bullet detection in 5 months in Ghost Recon, okay?
They probably already have it. They just chose not to show it because it's a cinematic trailer.
They might not have died when they needed to, and it was all fully scripted.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I get it. But it leaves me a little worried because I know what they're saying is a really, 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 like, it seems a little much.
Too ambitious.
Yeah, a little too ambitious. That's a good way to put it. I think I think they're promising a lot here, and it worries me.
It's gonna be the same thing like they did with the Division 1. They learned from the first Wildlands, and they're gonna just improve upon it in the second one.
I hope so.
I'm all for it because Wildlands, I thought that game was awesome because it was basically like GTA with modern weapons and shit and explosive, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I hope it turns out to be good. Like, as good as they're saying it's going to be.
I remember sitting there playing with my friends, and we were, I don't know how we did it, but we ended up killing a helicopter with one of the little stupid drones, and we just destroyed the helicopter, and the helicopter landed on my buddy. It was pretty funny. I love those kind of moments.
And on top of that, it's exclusive. Obviously, it's going to be on Uplay because it's Ubisoft, but it's not going to be on Steam. It's going to be on the Epic Games Store.
On PC.
On PC. PS4 and Xbox One has been announced, and that's all normal, par for the course.
Yeah.
But that's Epic Games taking another soul.
So
not that it really matters that much.
All right. So that's good. I mean, I don't really play any the Ghost Recon games, so I don't really have much to say negatively or positively about it. But I mean, I'm still trying to beat Division 2. Yeah, I haven't played that in a couple of weeks. I'm actually kind of jonesing, but after this, I want to just like lie down and go to Betty Boo. But
me too.
But what else did we want to talk about? I know that we were kind of roaming around a couple of other things. We had something else. Wait. So I just thought about it because I was thinking about I wanted a Coke, and you guys were talking about WoW Vanilla, and
okay,
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's probably the dumbest name that I've fucking heard for a video game in a very long time.
Vanilla just means it has no...
Vanilla vanilla means it's the base game from when it first came out.
Like Minecraft Vanilla versus Minecraft with mods. That's just how that's the lingo. If you have Minecraft with mods, and then you play with mods, then you call the regular Minecraft Vanilla Minecraft.
Well,
Yeah.
that's another thing I don't have. So, all right. So, obviously, I'm speaking out of school for anybody who's a WoW fan. So, I apologize if
No,
I
that's just
insulted you.
it's vanilla is basically any basic game, like the original release of a game. That's vanilla.
AJ, I
I've
take
never
you
heard
into a
of that.
Carvel, right? We're gonna go get you a nice ice cream cone.
You're gonna get the plainest thing ever. It's vanilla.
Now,
I want
we're
strawberry!
gonna get you a swirl. We're gonna throw a cherry on top with some whipped cream and sprinkles. That's all DLC and added stuff after the game. Now, what's at the base of all that? That's the vanilla. And boy, oh boy, are people excited for WoW Vanilla to officially come out, launching by Blizzard instead of happy, people that worked really hard on, re-releasing it in their own time, and the fans made it, and but who cares? And they shut those down. But who cares? Because you can play this. Well, I forgot to write down when it's coming. August 27th. Boy, are people excited until they play it, and then they're gonna be like, "Wow, I forgot how much of a grind this game is. I can't get a flying mount. Oh, I don't want to play anymore." And then they stop playing.
Yeah, and aren't they releasing a 20th anniversary version?
I think so. I didn't look into that.
I happened to see it on Reddit.
Yeah, but
It's like
I
this,
haven't played WoW. I played pretty recently, maybe a year ago. But
What do you like? A level 55?
I coined up to 110, and then I got
Jesus.
to almost got to 120, but I stopped playing because I lost interest.
And AJ, what he means by coin, he had a special item that made him jump up to that level.
Because who wants to play the game, really? It's all about those
Exactly.
end game raids, except you don't actually learn how to play, and then, that's a whole nother story. Also, just meandering through my friends, conversations he has in the Discord I'm in. He is super excited for Vanilla WoW, but he's also the kind of person that likes to walk from point A to point B instead of go the fastest direction. So, I'll leave that up to you guys.
I don't know. I like video games where, like Legend of Zelda, right? Breath of the Wild. I love where you can do literally whatever the hell you want to, meander, explore, whatever else. But that doesn't really seem like a grind that I get aggravated at, because I always think that there's something to do, some place to explore, whatever else. Just WoW, I don't like the gameplay, because I've never liked the fact of I click one button, I watch the character do something that I would like to very much be doing, because why else am I playing the fucking thing?
Yeah.
And it was just like what we were talking about KOTOR. I played it once. I didn't like it because I had to hit a button, watch this guy freaking fight his way through like 3 freaking things, and he died. I was like, I would have freaking just it irritates me.
It's all about the journey, my friend, okay?
Yeah, it's all about the journey, man.
Now, what if I told you to get from point A to point B at specific points in the story, it's like a 20-minute walk if you didn't have a mount?
Okay, wait, 20-minute walk to get from point A to point B, and this
Yes.
is still WoW?
This is WoW. To go from where you spawn at the trolls to go to, oh god, I can't remember what it's called, but it's super important. I should remember what it's called. Shows that I haven't played a lot. Like to walk from the bottom of the peninsula all the way up is like 10-20 minutes.
But if you had a mount, which is a thing that you can ride on, it will take you what? A quarter of the
Less
time?
than like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose if that's part of what you need to be doing, then yeah, I would take the mount, but I don't know, I wouldn't be playing WoW to begin with.
Now, what if I told you it's harder to get the mount in vanilla than it is to in the current game?
because in the vanilla game you have to really work for it.
You had to
Mhm.
earn it,
Grind
which means
for
when
it.
you got it, it felt real good. And now
Yeah,
in the
in-
current state of the game,
In
according
the current
to
state of
my
the game,
friend,
every time that a new expansion comes out, basically it's just they coin it up to it. So if you want to play a different character, you literally can just get a high level character without having to grind the levels. That's what he's saying.
Mhm. There's also something in WoW. I honestly I forgot all the lingo, but you can get a set of armor that lets you level up faster. But you can only get that set of armor if you have played before, so you have to do the initial grind to get that, so the grind is less grindy the next time you play for any other character you want. But it's pretty much what people, according to my friend, is they want a level shrink. So instead of making it 120, make it so it's harder to get a level, but make the number lower. And they also want a lot of people initially complained about how coining, people wouldn't actually know what they're doing when they get to that level. So when they go to do a raid or something, they actually don't know what they're doing. So it can really ruin a raid. But like the state of the game right now is it's not as popular as it used to be. So I think Vanilla WoW is going to bring back all the people that lost interest, and really the only people playing that are probably going to be the diehards. So it's probably going to be a really good experience for the people that are interested in that. So I'm excited for them.
I mean, whatever anybody wants to play, I'm always all for it. If that's what you're, you're really into, and you're a big fan of the OG, I'm glad for them that it's coming out. It sounds to me what you guys are talking about. It sounds like it's going to kind of tear apart a lot of things that made it, at least in my opinion, from what it sounds like, a little bit more enjoyable, or at least a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more generalized is a good word
right.
for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess, for people who might be noobs to it, where they can actually keep on, at least playing, where they don't feel like it's going to be completely, they're going to be just defeated right away. And they're like, why the hell am I even playing this game from the get-go? I can barely get, 5 feet without doing whatever. So
this is really going to be for the old hats, the diehards that used to play the game back in the day. This is really what it's for.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I would assume they don't want newer players. I don't want to say they don't want newer players, but they would probably want the experienced people to be there.
Yeah.
So that they can take a break from WoW today and just go back to the WoW that came out a while ago. So that's good for them.
Yeah, fair enough. Good on them. I mean, hopefully everything works out well,
I agree. And from there we can hop into... Matt let us know that there is going to be a direct tomorrow for Nintendo, right? For Mario Maker 2.
It's going to be 6 p.m. Eastern time.
So that is...
This is going to be all
9
about...
o'clock Western, or in California.
No.
Yeah.
3.
Oh, yeah, 3. I went the other way.
Way to go, Eric. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I gotta go to
3
bed.
p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Listen, I give you props for just trying to try. Like that's I just know Eastern Standard, that's it. I get confused.
I don't even know why I brought it up. Who cares about California?
Oh, shots fired.
But it's going to be all about Super Mario Maker, which comes out June 12th, I think.
I think so. Yeah, right. Because I think I took a look at it yesterday. It's like June 11th, June 12th, somewhere around there.
Wow, that's
I'm
exactly when E3 starts.
So that's probably why they're doing the direct now. Because it won't be at E3.
It'll probably come out the day of. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'll get some confirmation on that.
But it's going to be a 15-minute presentation of everything that's on Super Mario Maker.
So we were talking about this beforehand. So tell everyone why you think it's actually going to be 15 minutes and why you think it's actually special to give it its own direct.
June 28th, 2019, sorry.
Oh.
Well, I think... Well, the fact of the matter that they have 15 minutes just for this direct is interesting to me. Because they normally don't do that unless they have some big announcement.
Mm-hmm.
So it must have some special crazy features that wasn't included in the first one. Now, I never played Super Mario Maker, the first one, because that was when the Wii U was kind of phasing out. So I never really picked it up.
I bought that just to buy that, just to interject. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I'm interested in buying it for the Switch because obviously the Switch is my current system that I literally use everywhere. I haven't played my Xbox or my PlayStation in fucking forever. I literally all the time play my Switch. So I could totally see them adding stuff. Maybe not just straight up Super Mario Maker. I could totally see them doing like a Legend of Zelda Maker. That's a part of this. Adding more to it to make the game better, like, and appeal to more people.
Well, I mean, the good thing with with Super Mario Maker, right? Like, I don't know if you've like seen anybody like in a Let's Players or anything like that. It's not even a just a you can almost make anything you want to. You know, like how everybody used to be able to do the ROM hacks and everything for old Mario games. It's basically just like that, only licensed by Nintendo now. So they actually did have a lot of games where I think one of them somebody remade Ocarina of Time in just an 8-bit kind of thing. They had it wasn't actually Link, but it was like something you can have. It's like a costume that Mario can wear. So he instead of having a one up
that I know, but what I'm saying is like I could see that adding like an actual like original 8-bit Link and actually making a maker that you can make your own levels of it. So you can make them as hard as you want, dungeons, that kind of stuff. But instead of it being like your traditional Mario, where you're just side-scrolling, you can go up, down like how you used to. I could see them doing something like that, or adding a character from that into Smash that has some kind of... I can just see Nintendo doing that.
They're going to say something about Smash, there's no doubt.
I guarantee you they're going to say something about Smash, because
cool.
15 minutes is a long time to talk about a maker game that the making is endless.
And it's a sequel.
How much can they improve upon from the original?
Super Mario 64 maker.
True. Like I could see something like maybe that. Making it 3D, making something different.
God, that would be awesome, because I love
that would be pretty dope.
3D platform.
I'd easily pay $60 just even for
I would.
The N64 version.
I was gonna say that would cost. I mean, $60 if you would just include something like that, I think would be more than reasonable, without a doubt. But you would also want to bear in mind that that's going to be a lot of memory on somebody's Switch.
Well, if it's the 64, I mean, it's really low poly textures. If they're going for the aesthetic, obviously.
Good point. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking freaking like multiple gigabytes for freaking like Xbox and PlayStation. We're talking old school Nintendo. That's on them.
Yeah, those are decently low poly. So I mean, you can make like a really cool like, because what's the dying art of 3D platformers. So that'd be cool to have like one little level where all you have to do is get a star, or you can put like because a lot of ROM hacks still coming out, or not coming out, but people are still making ROM hacks of N64, but it's extremely difficult to do it. So if they mainstreamed it, that would actually be really exciting. You make a little challenge map, so you have to do specific jumps and maybe even things that people abuse in speedruns. You can learn those. So that's like a cool little thing they could do. Not that I assume they're going to do that, because that's a lot of work.
I mean, especially now that there's a lot more people really who have the Nintendo Switch than ever really had the Wii U. Let's be honest, obviously.
Oh yeah, it passed out a while ago, I thought.
Yeah,
it just passed the 64, I think, in total units sold.
That's crazy.
Or was it the DS? No, the DS is still on top, right?
Yeah, I think it's DS.
No, it's not the DS. I think it's the Game Boy first.
Oh yeah,
the DS.
Yeah, definitely.
And I thought the Wii was up there. Like I thought it was DS Wii. Then went down. Huh. Interesting. You learn something new every day.
I have I wanted to remember when we were talking about how we think they're going to release two different Switch consoles.
Yeah.
So I heard something interesting, which was that they're most likely going to release whatever the cheapest option is with Pokemon.
I could see that happening.
Because they did the exact same thing with the 3DS. The 2DS came out, and they also released it with... they didn't bundle it, but at the exact same date, they released the new Pokemon that came out.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
So it could drive sales. Interesting.
With Sword and Shield.
Yeah. That could be interesting.
I think by E3 we'll find out the new.
Yeah, E3 is going to be loaded with information, so that's going to be exciting.
Oh, E3 is going to be dope this year.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't save up enough money, and I didn't have enough vacation time to go to E3 this year like we wanted to. Damn it.
I definitely want to go to an E3 at least once.
Oh yeah, before it freaking like really becomes like
mainstream,
archaic and like disappears, because that would suck. I'd freaking cry.
When China owns all of the gamer economy.
And
well,
then
I definitely know
China.
next year I want to go to PAX East.
Yeah, PAX East is gonna be cool.
no doubt, yeah, definitely we gotta go there. And because that's where Boston. It's freaking like a few hour drive. We're good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good
So
old
that's
Boston.
Yeah,
that's in March, I think. February, March.
we just missed it. So it's gonna be cold as a witch's tit up there then.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
usually snowing when it's or it's in the snowy season up there when they
See,
have
and when
E3.
it snows, nobody goes there but us crazy assholes from New York.
You think people
I'm good
won't
with it.
go because of snow? I don't believe you.
There are a bunch of crazy. We're talking
Gamers
about nerds
unite.
here. We're all nerds and we're all crazy. Let's be honest.
Plus, all gamers are sweaty and smelly, so they probably just melt the snow anyway.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, when we went to Comic-Con, like, I don't know. I love our culture with the comic books and all the nerdy stuff and whatever else like that. But just like, it's just damn.
Well, we went to Comic-Con when it was
I pointed this
On
out
a
to Matt
Sunday.
on New York Comic Con's website. It basically had to tell people that they needed to shower. It's like, if you need to be fucking told by a website, you need to get your rank ass in the fucking shower to make sure that you're freaking hygienic when you go out to something. Just keep your ass home.
yeah. And it was the city, so
It's true.
So you
Fucking
go to the
people
subway, it smells like piss. You go to New York City Comic Con, and then it smells like sweat
NBO.
and BO.
Oh god. Oh, speaking of just like smelling, dude, I smell like a cheap hooker, and this is actually a funny story. So my brother-in-law and I were freaking like going around the whole entire thing. Like we saw everything. We went everywhere. Matt and his family were just kind of like they were trucking along. They were kind of looking at everything a little bit more detailed oriented than my brother-in-law and I were. We were zooming across everything. We went downstairs, we went upstairs, we saw Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters. We took a picture with them, and I'm telling you, it was awesome. So we go downstairs, and there's this this pretty cute woman who's outside, and it's like a real freaking narrow hallway, and she's like, "Oh, do you guys want to come inside?" And we're like, "Yeah, we got nothing else to do." It's like, "Is it an attraction?" "Yeah." It's like, "It's something blah 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 Playboy." I was like, "Okay, let's go." So we go inside. We see a couple girls dressed up in the traditional Playboy bunny attire with the onesies and the little poofy balls and the hats or whatever else. Funniest fucking sight ever. And we just see like a bunch of and I hate to say it's just like the typical just like what you would think of a really nerdy guy, overweight. Unfortunately, look like they were just kind of very very timid. I kind of felt bad for them, but they were really excited to be there, especially when they're hanging around with the cute girls. So they're trying to push this fucking line of perfume and cologne. Oh my god, stick to doing softcore porn. Because we come in there, we have to sign a non-disclosure notice, something like that.
Are you disclosing currently? Are you breaking an NDA?
Fuck. I don't know if it's actually a non-disclosure. It was something where they can not a non-disclosure. I apologize. I'm an idiot. It was basically something giving them permission if they were going to choose us, they can use our likeness in posters or whatever else. Basically saying we can use your stuff and we're not going to pay you a dime and you're going to like it. And I was like, okay, I don't care. Whatever.
I'll take two.
Exactly, right? I was like, I got to take a picture with a freaking Playboy bunny. That's fine. It's hilarious. We didn't even get the pictures yet, those fucking bastards, and we're talking 4 or 5 years ago. Anyway, I digress. So, this fucking chick, it comes up to me. It's like, oh, okay, so you got to put this on and make you smell nice. I was like, all right. She fucking hoses me down. Not a spritz, dude. Like 3 or 4 spritzes, like almost got into my face. I was like, I couldn't breathe. It smelled obnoxious. It smelled absolutely terrible. I was like, there's no way. I was single at the time. I was like, there's no way that any girl's going to comment to me and say like, oh my God, you smell great. I was like, I want to die now just from the scent. It was god awful. So go up there, take a picture. We get out, and I'm thinking it's just like, maybe it's because it was we were in an enclosed area, so probably doesn't smell that good because of that. No, dude, I'm smelling it for like 15 minutes. I'm like, I smell like a freaking 5-cent hooker. This is absolutely freaking terrible. It's like, and I'm sweating like a freaking pig here. I'm sweating. The more I sweat, the more freaking obnoxious it gets, and it's like right on me. It's like I had to go to the bathroom to try to scrub it off. I use soap and water. I'm trying to scrub the back of my neck. It stuck with me for the rest of the fucking day. It was that god awful. It was terrible. So if you ever know, so word to the wise, if you ever see a Playboy cologne or perfume, don't get it.
But you probably smelled better than half the people do.
I think I did. And my freaking olfactory senses were just completely fucked for the rest of the day.
Maybe that's what they should do. Wherever it's being held, they should install like a scent depository that just unloads a good scent in the building.
Like lavender baby powder. People just get like surprise baby powder.
Wait, we could do that. That'd be a cool video idea. We just hit people in the face with baby powder and lavender. You stanky.
And now you no stink no more.
You no stink like, no more, boy. Or madame.
Oh my god.
Girls can stink too.
This is very true. Very, very true.
That was a lie, actually.
And, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was also told that girls don't fart or shit, and I think that's a lie. I've neither confirmed nor...
Fucking guy.
Anyway, so I think that's enough stories of my freaking weird ass self. So while we're actually on the subject, I think it's actually pretty, probably pretty good. So for E3, because we were just talking about it. So I'm excited for E3. I know you guys are excited for E3. We got to go sometime, but. So the games that we actually have here. So Eric, you were reading a list of confirmed E3 games. Do you want to go through the list? Are you excited as I am?
Of course I want to go through that long as heck list. I just have to re-pull it up real quick. From GameSpot, confirmed games
that
for E3 2019.
Demos.
Confirmed. Anthem.
That will have demos.
What?
That will most likely have demos.
Oh, they'll probably have demos on the floor. They'll have some sort of there'll be some sort of talk of them in the individual stages. So Anthem, Apex Legends, Battlefield 5, Battle Wake, Bee Simulator, Borderlands 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Doom Eternal, Dying Light 2, FIFA 20, Farmers Dynasty, the Final Fantasy VII Remake, Fortnite, Summer Block Party, Halo Infinite, John Wick. Wait, there's a video playing. You hear that?
I do. I thought you were like fucking Mike was possessed for a second.
I got really confused. Sorry. Thanks, GameSpot, for automatically playing video. What was that? Fortnite, Halo Infinite.
Oh my god.
John Wick Hex, Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, which we'll talk about in a minute. Overpass, Paranoia, Happiness is Mandatory, Scavengers, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Wait, I said that weird, sorry. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That's still kind of weird. Tavern Keeper, The Fisherman, Fishing Planet, The Legend of Heroes, Trials of Cold Steel 3, The Riftbreaker, The Sinking City, The Walking Dead Onslaught, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Trine 4, The Nightmare Prince, WRC8, Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood. And that's all that's confirmed so far.
That's pretty cool.
That's a long list.
I'm looking at the a list from IGN, and I have a couple of ones that you didn't mention, which is kind of odd, so I don't know exactly which one to believe.
Well, this was published at 4 today. On May 14th, 4:49.
Yeah, this one says it was published today also. Maybe just IGN sucks.
IGN's got some inside.
True.
What do you have to add to that list?
So I got a Farmer's Dynasty and The Fisherman Fishing Planet.
I said those.
Did you say both of them? Really?
I did.
Was I just not paying attention? Oh, well, fuck me.
Did you not like my little announcer voice that I was doing?
I mean, dude, when you said John Wick, it gave me a boner. I'm not going to lie.
John Wick. Hex.
I cannot wait for the third movie. I gotta watch it when it comes out.
Does anybody know what WRC is?
I have no idea.
World Rallycross.
And now I know.
World Rallycross 8.
I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming there's cars.
Yeah.
Cars 3 confirmed.
I
think there's already been a Cars 3, but that's fine.
Illuminati.
Planes 2 confirmed.
That just sounds terrible. So, I was actually taking a look at the Paranoia Happiness is Mandatory, and that looks pretty interesting.
What is it? Is it like a spooky, scary game?
It kind of looks like a spooky, scary game. Kind of looks like a little similar to what the hell is that game with the freaking
Stanley Parable.
What's that?
Stanley Parable.
No, but I played that game and I thought that game was awesome.
Because it sounds like happiness is mandatory, so it sounds like you get to choose your own adventure. So that's kind of what I thought about it.
It looks a little creepy. So let me see if I
hope
can
so
get
with
that.
the title like that.
I mean, right? So with Paranoia Happiness is Mandatory. So I took a look here. So Steam powered. So the description is lead a team of 4 troubleshooters of dubious loyalty who mostly obey orders from Friend Computer, a paranoid and irrational artificial intelligence. Inspired by the classic games of the CRPG genre, experience the first official adaptation of the cult role-playing game.
Is that what CRPG means?
I guess.
Cult role-playing game. I've never heard of that before.
Neither have I.
That sounds interesting, though. So you're controlling 4 people?
It looks like it. It kind of looks like something in the vein of Fallout, kind of, because I was like looking at the couple of pictures and it looked like a couple of Pip-Boys.
So like the Vault-Tec stuff?
Kind of. It looks similar to that. I mean, it's pretty interesting because it looks like it's not like a first-person view or a third-person view, but rather that you're actually looking at recordings. So it looks like that I don't know. Like, I mean, it's interesting. There's a lot of colors, but I don't know if this is just all from like stuff that it's actually just being played back. This is how you actually play it. Like when it looks like that you're playing as the person who's being recorded. I don't know.
That's interesting. Can't wait to see more for that. What else are you guys looking at? What looks interesting? What strikes your fancy here? Well, Monster Hunter World always strikes my fancy, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I was talking about how I've never actually played any Monster Hunter games. I know it's blasphemous, but so what would be different with this Monster Hunter World than the other one?
So it's just an add-on.
Oh, okay.
So it brings it into like an icy biome. So I watched the trailer and they confirmed like this. I haven't played any Monster Hunter before this one that came out. So they have like this big. It looks almost like a reskin, kind of. It looks like the Anjanath a little bit, but it looks like a ram. So that's kind of cool. Then there's also like a Lava Sloth reskin. It makes sense if you play the games, but it looks interesting. And then they're gonna add a big bad evil guy. Also, not a guy, but it's a big bad evil monster. So that's gonna be fun to watch.
So has there never really been a main antagonist?
I mean, the monsters are the antagonist. Nature.
Oh, okay.
Nature is the antagonist, I guess.
In
those games.
It seems interesting.
I would recommend playing. They're fun. They're fun to play.
Yeah.
But that looks fun. From what the trailer showed. And I always like the new gear too. Gear is always good. It's fun.
True. Very true. Well, I am incredibly excited for 3 games: Cyberpunk 2077, Doom Eternal, and Halo, of course.
Of course, Halo.
Matt?
I like Halo too. Sorry, I'm falling asleep over here.
Don't do that.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up soon.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm looking forward to is Halo.
Nothing else, really.
Yeah, Halo and more information about the Pokemon game and Animal Crossing. That's really it.
Oh, Animal Crossing, that's right. Not confirmed yet, though.
It will be there.
Oh, it'll 100% be there.
I'll go quick so we can wrap this up. So this way, Matt and I can go to bed because we're 2 old men. So
That's true.
So I'm actually on IGN right now, and for a list of rumored E3 games that are suspected to make an appearance at E3 here, it says most games are likely to appear because they were at a previous E3 or announced recently. It says others are rumored but unannounced games, right? So we have in alphabetical order, we have After Party, never heard of it. Ancestors, The Humankind Odyssey. That title just sounds interesting alone. Animal Crossing 2019. I know. the, the Avengers Project, which I'm hoping that it's the Avengers from Marvel, because that would be dope.
That will be confirmation.
That
Yes.
they did release a teaser trailer like 2 or 3 years ago.
Really? Oh,
It's
sweet.
it's an Avengers RPG, by Square Enix.
Oh, dope. All right, I gotta check that out then. We got Beyond Good and Evil 2, which that's been teased about for a little bit now. We got the Elder Scrolls Blades, Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? What does that mean? It means that instead of dragons, you have
isn't it a mobile game, Blaze?
Yes, it is.
It does. Yeah, it's
That's
iOS.
the one with like the obvious, money grabbing.
Yeah, I mean,
Allegedly.
so then you're not going to be happy with one of the other ones. I'm going to announce that. So there's Final Fantasy VII Remake. There's Fire
That was
Emblem
confirmed.
Three Houses. Timed exclusive because it would be PS.
Video. Hold on. Sorry. Okay.
I don't know, I'm just going off for IGN.
I know GameStop keeps auto-playing videos. Don't blame me.
Oh yeah. Oh okay, my bad. So, Fire Emblem Three Houses. That's going to be exclusive for the Nintendo Switch. Fortnite. No. Gears 5.
Oh yeah.
So that's going to be Xbox One. That's going to be dope. I can't wait for that one actually. So that's going to be sick. Gears Pop. I have no idea what that means.
Oh
It's a mobile
yeah.
game.
It's a
Yeah.
pop figurine one.
Oh really?
They announced it last year.
And Gears Tactics. That's PC. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I started playing the other Ori game, and that's actually pretty fun. It's beautiful. A lot of really interesting colors and the thematics. I thought it was pretty good.
Haven't played it, but listen to music, and I like the music a lot.
Dude, the fucking music is so atmospheric. It's dope as hell. I like it. I gotta get back to playing that. I have so much fucking gamer ADD. It's not even funny. Speaking of ADD, we also have Outer Wilds, The Outer Worlds, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. I thought
That will be there.
Oh,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Skull and Bones, Tunic, and Wolfenstein Youngblood. Oh, I still gotta beat the other freaking Wolfenstein games. I'm almost done with Wolfenstein 1, and I need to play the new Blood or so. What the hell is the second one that came out?
I think you're right. The New Blood.
Yeah, they look dope. But yeah, so those are all the rumored games. So to to wrap everything up here, guys, though. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our little banter going back and forth. Let us know what you're excited for. For rumored games. If you're excited for the confirmed games. We want to know what in the comments below. We're really excited again. We got that other show that's going to be the Great Nerd Debate. We're really actually very positive you guys are really going to enjoy it. So we have a really good feeling that show is going to kick off. Any final words you guys want to put in?
Nope.
I'm excited.
Let's go Seeps. Let's go Seeps.
All right, so Matt's torched. What do you want to say, Eric?
I'm excited for games.
For games. All right. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks again for checking in here with our other podcast for our current podcast. This is what 20, right? Something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I lost count. Matt's asleep. Eric's awesome. Ryan's not here right now. But as always, guys, I'm AJ,
Eric.
Matt.
and we'll catch you.